Hola, mi gente. Joe Barretto back with you at the Credit Card Connection. I'm so glad you can join me. Well, mi gente, as I record this, it's July 27th, and we survived the American Express White Gold Cardmageddon of news this past week. Oh my goodness, it was just ridiculousness overload. Everybody was talking about the fee changes, the color, the perks, what was dropped, what was this, what was that. It was just everywhere I went on my feed, everybody was doing a video, right? So here's the thing. I get American Express has their membership and American Express has their marketing on Smash. But like my friend Chad from Chad's Money Minutes put up on a video, which I'm going to put back here a couple of weeks ago, what if American Express did not exist? It got me to thinking, what if I didn't have my American Express cards, right? Because he was like, Joe, what would you do? So I said, you know what? When I was a kid, the comic books would have these what if episodes in there, in the magazines where if Spider-Man didn't get bit by a spider, if somebody else took his power. So here's the thing. If Amex did not exist, what would I do? What would I choose? So today, I'm going to go over the 3 American Express cards that are the most popular, okay? And probably most valuable for people, which is the green, the gold, the platinum. And I'm going to do them in ascending order. And I'm going to match them up with the cards that if American Express did not exist, I would easily be able to replace them with, get probably more value out of it, and save a heck of a lot of money on my fees. So I'm not bashing the cards. I'm also not doing a deep dive into each card, but I'm going to do a quick comparison of each tiered card and which card I would have replaced with if Amex didn't exist. So, mi gente, if that sounds good to you, hit that like and subscribe. Let's see how this goes. All right, let's jump into it. So first and foremost, we have the American Express Green Card coming in at $150 annual fee a year. Right now, the sign-up bonus is 40,000 points. Now, I just got the Green Card this past March, and I got the Green Card because I cut the Gold Card up in February. Yeah, I was one of the smart guys that cut it before. So the Green Card is a powerful card, and I'm going to be going up and down because I do have it's a lot of 6 cards that I have to kind of just make sure I give you the right information on. But the Green Card to me is really the workhorse for Amex. Believe it or not, unless you're a foodie, it covers a lot more than the American Express Gold. So the green at $150 comes in with, I'm going to give you 2 of the benefits, the clear credit of $189 a year, which for me just offsets. I hate using the term effective annual fee, but it does literally wipe away the $150 because clear is $189 right off the bat. So they're giving you that. They're also giving you 2 Lounge Buddy passes that's worth $100. So if you want to tip your toes into the world of lounges at airports and stuff like that, this is a good start. And actually, if you want to start in the American Express ecosystem and maximize the amount of points in sign-up bonuses you can get, you have to go in order now. So you have to start with the green, then the gold, then the platinum, okay? So that's why I'm starting with the green right now. So the green is going to give you, besides those 2 huge credits, you're going to get 3 times on travel, transit, and restaurants, which is huge. I mean, and here, for transit for them, it includes trains, taxi cabs, rideshare services, ferries, tolls, parking, buses, and subways. You live in the city, you don't have this card, I don't know why you don't have it, right? But now we're in a world without Amex. So you don't have this card. You'll see what I'm going to match it up with. And it matches up pretty nicely. So the next thing up is travel. You're going to get 3 times on flights, hotels, tours, campgrounds, vacation rentals, and 1 times on everything else. So that's the Amex Green for $150. Now, if that didn't exist, what would I match it up with? And believe it or not, and I just got this card, the Wells Fargo autograph card, the basic autograph card at 0 annual fee. Right now, the sign-up bonus is 20,000 bonus points after you spend 1,000 in the first 3 months, which is equivalent to like 200 in cash. But earlier this year, as you know, Wells Fargo added transfer partners, not the greatest transfer partners, but transfer partners nonetheless. So if you choose not to do cash back, you can transfer them out to their partners. But here's what I like about and why I feel this matches up perfectly if the green card didn't exist, okay? First and foremost, $0 a year. Can't beat that. You're going to get unlimited, so not capped, unlimited 3 times for every dollar on restaurants, which is dining in, takeout, delivery, travel, airfare, hotels, car rentals, cruises, and more. 3 times on gas and EV charging purchases. Amex doesn't have that. So if you're on a road trip and you have an EV, you can charge. If you have gas, you can fill it up 3 times per dollar. Huge. Transit, subways, ride shares, parking, tolls, ferries, and more. Again, matches up just like the Amex Green. Plus, you're going to get 3 times on popular streaming services. So your Netflix, Hulu, Disney, things like that. And you're going to get cell phone and landline multipliers if you charge that to your card. So for $0 a year, if you're not Team Amex, if you are team, let me get some cash back, or let me be on team, I don't want to pay an annual fee, the Wells Fargo autograph card, to me, beats the American Express Green. Now, I have the green, guys. I'm saying in a world where it didn't exist, right? Yeah, the points probably don't match up in terms of value cent per point. Yeah, Amex has a lot more transfer partners. I'm talking strictly in terms of what you're going to get as a multiplier. And as you can see, the Wells Fargo autograph card beats the American Express Green. Let's move on to the next Amex card, if it didn't exist. And this is the card that everybody and their mother and their grandmother was like, oh my God, the world is ending. Amex raised their fees, which, if you look behind me, I'm going to put that up there because I'm going to give myself credit. Back in December 10th, at the 1 minute and 30 something mark of the video, I said they were going to raise it. I said only to 300, not knowing it would be 325, but I called it. And I also said it would be perks like the Platinum, being a Platinum Light card, which is basically what they did when they added Resi. But here we go into the Gold card. Okay, so in addition to, and I'm going to look here because they did update some of their stuff here. So now the American Express Gold card comes in at $325 a year. Their sign-up bonus currently, and you can find, if you go into incognito modes, or even if you go into the Resi site and click on American Express cards in the corner, they usually give you a better elevated bonus. But it's 60,000 points right now. This is the normal offer if you go onto Amex's website. If you spend 6,000 on your card in 6 months, plus they're giving 20% back in statement credits on up to $100 cash back. So again, they cap it, but that's like a little bonus they threw in there. So the card is now $325. Your choice of colors are classic gold, pink, rose gold, or the white gold card, which I'm not going to lie, is a good looking card. And that's why I said earlier, Amex's marketing is on point. No one really comes close to what Amex could tell you and offer you. Amex could just put out, a picture of nonsense and it'll still earn money for them somehow because their marketing is just that good. So what does the Gold card get you? As we all know, the Gold card is the foodie card, and they added more perks to that. So right now you're going to get the $10 a month on Uber, which is either Uber Rides or Uber Eats. Plus you're going to get 4 times at restaurants, dine in and takeout. 4 times. No one comes close to this one, and I'm going to give it that. U.S. supermarkets. Now remember, U.S. supermarkets, not worldwide. And then you're going to get 1 point on everything else. You're going to get also, they did lower the cap a little bit on the amounts that you can spend. They're not stupid here. They know exactly what they're doing. So you're capped at restaurants at $50,000 in spend. You're capped at $25,000 at U.S. supermarket spend. You're going to get 3 times on flights booked directly with the airlines or on Amex Travel, and then 1 point on everything else. You're going to get $120 in dining credit. This one, to me, they kind of made it a little better because they're giving, you still have the staple of Grubhub, Cheesecake Factory, Goldbelly, Wine.com, but they added Five Guys. So if you get the $10, yeah, you're not going to get the full meal, but at least the burger's free. That's that, right? That was one of those that I considered going through hoops to get the $10. The other thing is you're going to get access to their hotel collection, $100 credits to use for that, no foreign transaction fees, and so on. Now, they also threw in a $50 Resi credit twice a year that you can use, which has the value to me for $100, which is fine. So they're trying, as you can see, to offset the extra $75 increase. They're also giving you $7 a month for Dunkin', which was known as Dunkin' Donuts. And if you guys go out and buy coffee and a donut, you know the $7 might barely get you the medium coffee and a donut unless there's some kind of sale going on there. But at least you'll get 1 coffee a month and a donut. So that's the gold. Yeah, you get the purchase protections. Like I said, I'm not doing a deep dive. I'm just doing if this card did not exist. So if this card did not exist, what would I choose in its place? Now, some people are going to be surprised, but this was a card that I added to my arsenal of cards back in May. And actually, I applied for this card at the same time I applied for the Wells autograph, literally 5 minutes apart. And this card is the Citi Strata Premier card by Citibank. Now, when I signed up for it, the bonus was if you were a Citibank customer, 75,000 thank you points for $4,000 spent in 3 months. Right now, I believe it's back down to 70,000 with the same 4,000 in 3 months. But here's what the Citi card and why I think it matches up perfectly and in some ways even beats the gold. The gold was $325 a year. The Strata Premier, $95. Okay? Less than 1/3 the price. So right there's a win. Next thing, you're going to get 10 points, 10 times for every dollar spent on hotels, car rentals, and attractions booked through Citi Travel. I don't put stock into that. I always tell you up front, I'm not the portal guy. So I'm not even going to really look at that. But here's where it comes in the clutch. 3 points per dollar spent on air travel and other hotel purchases. So it doesn't have to be done through their portal. 3 times on every dollar spent at restaurants, dine-in, takeout, delivery. 3 times on supermarkets. So remember, the gold was 4. This is 3. Yeah, there's a 1 point differential, but there's also a $230 differential in annual fee. Think about that. Let that marinate there for a second. So you're getting 3 points on dining out, 3 points on supermarkets. Plus, they're going to give you 3 times on gas and EV charging that the gold does not offer. Now, up until recently, the gold was technically listed as a travel card, as almost like the premium travel credit card. But you notice they've kind of pivoted, and now it's basically more of a foodie card, as we say, right? And they just keep adding to that. The Citi Strata Premier also gives you trip delay protection, trip cancellation and interruption, loss or damaged luggage, master rental coverage for car rentals. They have a lot of transfer partners, maybe not to the level of Amex, but right there they have a ton. They let you transfer to airlines and hotels. I mean, they have a lot to offer for the $95, guys. So in a world without Amex, would you go nuts and would you lose your mind if, Amex Gold didn't exist? No, because I don't have the gold anymore. I cut it. And now the Citi Strata Premier has taken a beating since May for me. Okay. So I'm telling you, if you let go of the, American Express mystique and that you're sucked into that ecosystem. And again, I still have 2 out of the 3 cards. So I'm not poo-pooing it. However, the world doesn't end if Amex isn't in it. So like my friend Chad said, you could still function in life. You could still move on without Amex. So the Citi Strata Premier, for me, takes the place of the gold because I don't have the gold anymore. Which leads me to the last card. And guys, you know this card better than anybody else. Who hasn't seen a video already on this particular card? But that's the big daddy, the American Express Platinum card. Coming in at an eye-watering, and I mean eye-watering, $695 a year. Yes, I have the card. Yes, I use the card. I love the card for what it gives me. I'm going to try to pull it out here now in my beautiful Ekster wallet, link in the description below. But you're going to see I've been a member with Amex, and although the Platinum was not my first card, since 1989, okay, 1989, I've been a member with American Express. And I just used this card on a trip to Florida. And I have to tell you, the reality is you can't beat it on travel. So I'm going to start with that. But let's say there was no American Express Platinum card at $695. And the Platinum card right now, depending. And you're going to be able to go over this. If you're going incognito, you might get 150,000 points. Sometimes you'll see it bumped up to 175, but then they increase the spend, right? So right now their offer is, and I'm going to look for it right now, guys, because they constantly change this. Give me 1 second, mi gente, because I want to make sure I give it to you the right way. Okay. So they're giving you right now, if you go online on the Amex website, go to Resi, go incognito, you'll probably get double the amount of points. But right now it's 80,000 points, 80,000 membership rewards points for $8,000 in purchases in 6 months. Okay. So that's kind of the base. That's always been their base, is about 80,000. Again, you can get 100, 125 or more. And even in mailers that they'll send to you, you'll get more than that. What does that give you? It's a lot of money, but they do give you a lot. I'm not going to front. All right. I'm going to be real honest with you. You're going to get a $200 hotel credit and a $200 airline fee credit. You choose the airline. I throw it into my United Travel Bank. That just helped me literally get a flight back from New Orleans back to Newark in the summer. Hotel credit, $200. You'll be able to get that through their Fine Hotels and Resorts bookings. I did that last year. Now, the hotels that they have are high end. I get it. But $200 off a 1-night stay or a 2-night stay. You know what, guys? And then they give you the early check-in, late check-out, free breakfast, all this other stuff. You can't beat that, guys. The other thing it's going to get you is 5 times any airline flight you take. You don't have to book it through the portal 5 times. If you call the airline and do it directly, again, that's tops. So I give them that. And you're going to get 5 times on prepaid hotel bookings done through their portal, which again, I'm not the portal guy, so I'm done with that. You're going to get 1 times on everything else. And then here's where they really just stack it on, and people call it the coupon book or whatever. Not going into that. You'll get $240 in digital entertainment credit, $200 in Uber Cash for the year. Of course, they break it up monthly, and a Walmart Plus credit and so on. So that's the Platinum. And again, that is the granddaddy, the big daddy, the flex card that people like to call it, right? But let's say either you weren't tied with Amex, because in every other category, the Platinum card is horrific at earning 1 point per dollar. That's ridiculous. Okay. So for that, just get the luxury card and just hit up Sledge from Sledge Inc. team and he'll hook you up with that one. But again, 1 times per dollar to me on everything else. That's why people always either do a duo or a trifecta with the platinum, because you want to get the points on the lower end cards and roll them up to be able to use them with the platinum for travel and so on. But now what happens if I didn't want the platinum card or if it didn't exist? What card would you get or would I get? Full disclosure, guys, I don't know if you remember, a couple of months ago I did a video. I actually did have this card for about 8 hours. And then reality set in, just to show you again, because I still held a platinum card. But if the platinum card did not exist, which premium luxury travel card would I get? That is the Chase Sapphire Reserve, coming in at an eye-watering $550. Now, why the Chase Sapphire Reserve? Well, like I said, it is the premium card for Chase. The preferred comes in under at $95. But what does $550 for the CSR get you? Well, first and foremost, it's going to get you to be able to transfer points using the portal at 1.5, so you're getting a 0.5 multiplier to buy your travel and things like that, your purchases through their portal. So that's what that does. The preferred gives you 1.25. You're also going to get the easiest to use $300 travel credit in the game. Whatever you purchase that codes as travel, it's going to give you $300 back. No hoops to go through. And I can tell you this worked because for the 8 hours that I had it, I kid you not, I met up with Sledge in Tampa. I paid for the parking that day, and I had used they had already put the card on my Apple Wallet, and it coded. And they deducted that from the $300. 8 hours later, I changed back to the preferred, but nonetheless, it works. And it's like instant. Anything that codes as travel, the first 300, they're going to give it back to you. So that's huge, guys. And that's literally the most flexible. You're going to get, if you use their, like I said, their portal, 50% more of it as in terms of purchase value. You're also going to get 10 times. And again, the portals, I don't like it. But if you do a car rental or hotels through their portal, you're going to get 10 times. You're going to get 3 times on other travel purchases. And I'm going to tell you, those can be after you finish the first 300, then you're going to get 3 times per dollar on any travel category, which is great. Ride sharing, things like that included. 3 times dining, restaurants, takeout, delivery, things like that. That's great. It does give you the lounge access, not as extensive as the American Express Platinum, but Chase has really picked up the game. And if you live in the Northeast, they're opening up one in Newark, but they opened one up in JFK and LaGuardia. And the one, I believe it's in JFK, is massive. So they're stepping up their lounge game. Plus you get the priority pass memberships and things like that. So again, it matches up perfectly with the Platinum. And you're going to get primary rental insurance for the cars. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'd rather pay the actual $19 or $24 for the American Express upgraded primary travel insurance for car rentals, because I had an issue with Chase and their insurance carrier alliance, which is the worst customer service ever if you're trying to get something done with them. But you're going to get also purchase protections, travel protections. If they lose your luggage, if the flight is delayed and you made a purchase. And the good thing is, even if you make a partial purchase with this, they'll still cover it. So, and you also get access to their experiences and things like that and their own hotel collections like the Platinum card. So here's the thing. The 3 cards that I mentioned to you, if Amex didn't exist, $550 for the Reserve and just $95 for the Strata Premier, and that's it, right? That comes in less than the 1 card for the American Express Platinum at $695, because the autograph has no fee. $695 for the Platinum, $325 for the Gold, and $150 for the green. For me, the green is still the best bang for your buck and value. But those are the 3 cards that I tell you, mi gente, are worth looking at. I know Amex exists, but if you want an alternative, or if you want to expand to other ecosystems, and I've said this many times, you have to see it's better to diversify across points currencies, because if one is devalued, then you're stuck. At least this way, you know for a fact that you have other options available to you. So now I do have Wells, at my disposal. I have Citibank. I have Chase. I have Amex. So for me, guys, if Amex didn't exist on their 3 charge cards, the green, the gold, and the platinum, it would be the Wells Fargo Autograph, followed by the Citi Strata Premier, followed by the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So mi gente, in the world of what if, I'm sorry you guys got tortured last week with all the nonsense about the American Express gold card and the white gold card and all the other stuff. But as always, you could be somewhere else. You chose to be here, and I thank you for that. But more than anything else, like I always end my videos, I thank you for giving me the privilege of your time. Until next time, mi gente, take care.